Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here and today I'm filming my second-hand book haul. So if you've seen my new book haul, you will know that I need to explain something to you. Let's have a chat. So usually I buy books brand new and second-hand and luckily receive some from publishers and smush them all in one big book haul. However, I need to use these days for videos, so this is a good idea to just tear them apart and have a video dedicated to the second-hand books that I got from Barter Books this month. If you don't know, Barter Books is a second-hand bookstore in an old train station in Alnwick in Northumberland in the UK. And I go there quite a lot, I speak about it quite a lot on my channel, and I love it. I somehow still have £50 worth of credit. I don't really know how I've done it, but I still have £50 worth of credit, even though I take books up, so a lot of these books, a lot of them stay, but a lot of them go, and I tend to sort of pick things up on a whim, like a lot of these books in this pile. So yes, without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into this second-hand book haul. I do have a mix of books in this bag. I have a couple of hardbacks, which were a little bit more expensive, so I'm surprised that they actually still kept me in credit, to be honest. And then there's a couple that are like fantasy and just a mish of all these books put together. The first one I have here is The Abyss Beyond Dreams by Peter F. Hamilton. The reason I bought this is because of that spine. I see these all the time in Waterstones, and I'm like, I need these books because they're going to look so pretty on my shelf, and decided to pick up one secondhand, see if I enjoy it, potentially keep it, potentially give it back, because I've realised it feels quite grimy on the front. Right. For this one, I'm just going to read the synopsis because it's hard to explain when I haven't read the book. Obviously, it's a book haul. I haven't read the book yet. I'm a slow reader. Yay! To save their civilization, he must destroy it. When images of a lost civilization are dreamed by a prophet, Nigel Sheldon is asked to investigate. The dreams seem to be coming from the void, a mysterious area of living space within hugely destructive capabilities. Crash landing on an unknown planet within the void, Nigel finds far more than he expected. As you do. Bienvenido. Oh, that's French! A world populated by the descendants of the survivors from the Commonwealth colony ships. For centuries they have been fighting a desperate battle against the Fallers, a spaceborne predator artificially developed to conquer worlds. Nigel soon realised that the Fallers hold the key to the destruction of the void itself, if only he can survive long enough to use it. And this is part of the Chronicle of the Fallers, and I think I suck at this because there's collections of stories according to in here, and this book is right smack bang in the middle of it. Let's see how I get on with that. But yes, I am looking forward to getting to this one. It does sound really interesting, I'm not going to lie. So this next one I have here is one that I have seen several people read and enjoy, and it's the beginning of a nice series apparently, and that is Soulless by Gail Carriger, and this is an Alexia Tarabotti novel. I believe this is the first one in the series, I'm not sure. But this one follows Alexia, who is a widow, I believe? No, she's a spinster. She has no soul, and then she was attacked by a vampire and then killed the vampire. So I'm assuming this just entangles a whole load of stuff that we kind of don't need to know but also want to know. I've heard some really good things about this series. Luckily for me, it's a short book, so I should be okay to read this one quite quickly. Yeah, it's vampires, it's werewolves, it's a spinster, which is something that you don't normally see. However, I feel like there's going to be some sort of love situation in this one, and she doesn't actually look that old on the cover to be a spinster, but you never know. But this is set in the Victorian era, so I am very interested to see how this goes. So this next one I have was kind of a bit of an auto-buy for me. So this author is the author of a book that I received last year and absolutely loved. And then I bought another book by the author and I haven't read it yet, and it's Kate Furnivall, and this one is Shadow on the Nile, another historical fiction obviously set in Egypt on the Nile. Duh. So this one follows Jessica. It's 1932 and she's living London life to the full when her younger brother Tim, an ancient Egyptian archaeology expert, goes missing. Teaming up with Sir Montague Chamford, a man who can resist neither a damsel in distress nor the chance of adventure, Jessie vows to find her beloved brother. Following the clues Tim has left in his wake, Jessie and Monty head to Egypt. In the relentless heat of the desert, romance is kindled between them, obviously, but danger also lurks in every shadow, obviously. And then Jessie starts to wonder how much Monty really knows about her brother's disappearance. Okay, so this one does sound a little bit like it's typical, it's going to be kind of obvious where it goes, but at the same time I'm sure there's going to be a twist. There's always a twist. So I read The Betrayal last year and the twist in that was really, really good. So yes, I am very intrigued to see how this goes. Okay, I'm a terrible person again. This next one is by an author that I still haven't read, although I own like 5 of their books now, and that is Brandon Sanderson. And this is Words of Radiance, and this is the Stole My Archive Part 2, or Book 2. Quite a far away off position from the Mistborn series. Don't know why I bought this other than the fact that it's in really, really good nick actually. I'm really impressed with how good condition this is. It's fairly short. Obviously, it's going to take me a while to get to this one, but I'm expanding my Brandon Sanderson collection because I do think that I am going to enjoy this author. Watch me really hate his writing. But yes, this one, obviously, I can't really read the synopsis of. I was just like, oh, Brandon Sanderson book, I need this, it's in really good condition, I need this. So that's what I did. Oops. Okay, and the last paperback I have is actually a replacement for the hardcover of the book, because the hardcover was about, no word of a lie, this thick, and that is James Herbert's Ash. Now, I received this from my in-laws as the hardcover, but I just didn't get around to it because it was huge. Literally, because it was huge, it was putting me off. However, the paperback, it's not as scary. It's still terrifying, but it's not as scary. Now, this one is a horror. In fact, no, this one is a chiller. That was what it was described to me as a chiller. So they were miscreants with black souls roaming the corridors and passageways. Infamous people fought long deceased, hiding and nurturing their evil in a basement full of secrets so shocking they would shake the world if they were ever revealed. David Ash, ghost hunter and parapsychologist, arrives at Comrade Castle, a desolate ancient place with a dark heart, to investigate a series of disturbing events. An incorporeal power has been ignited by a long ago curse, fed and now unleashed by the evil of those who once inhabited its supposed sanctuary, and by some who still do, yet their hour of retribution is at hand. This sounds more scary than it did when I read the synopsis the first time. Okay, so the next ones I have are hardbacks, and I'm so excited to have these in my possession. These 2 hardbacks are quite chunky. Unfortunately, I can't get one of them in paperback yet, and they didn't have a paperback version of the other one, which is why I got them. But I'm so excited for both of these, and this is Lacey's Story by Stephen King and The Outsider by Stephen King. So we'll start with The Outsider. The Outsider is one of Stephen King's newest novels. I can't say newest novel anymore because he brings out about 20 a month these days. So this one follows the murder of a young boy. The town's Little League coach is the main culprit. There's DNA, there's fingerprints. However, he has an alibi, and you can't be in 2 places at once. Or can you? I am really, really intrigued by this. I am very, very excited to get to this one. Hopefully I can pick this one up fairly soon as well. Now on to Lacey's Story. So I have seen a couple of people on Instagram. Mainly Joby is 89. I think that's how you say her Instagram handle. She absolutely loves this. She's recently done a read along for this story as well. And I was like, you know what? I need to get in on the action. I've missed the read along, but I need to get in on the action of this. I need to know what this story is. So this is a wondrous novel of marriage, a love story steeped in strength and tenderness and cast with the most vivid, touching and believable characters in recent literature. What? He hasn't wrote a love story, has he? That can't be right. To the public eye, the spouses of well-known writers are all but invisible, and no one knew it better than Lacey Landon. That is until the maddeningly humid, maddeningly muggy day her husband Scott, a celebrated award-winning novelist, inaugurated the site of a new library in Nashville. The day that started with a broken tooth glass. Years later, Lacey is ruminating on the marriage of 25 years, marriage of profound, sometimes frightening intimacy. Lacey has always known there was a dark place where her husband ventured to face his demons. Booyah Moon is what Scott called it, a realm that both terrified and healed him, that could eat him alive or give him the ideas he needed to write and live. Now it's Lacey's turn to face her husband's demons, and what begins as a widow's effort to sort through her husband's effects becomes a perilous journey into the heart of darkness. Okay, I am actually really intrigued, because obviously we know Stephen King is very much like, oh my god, scary, big scary clown, or big scary guy who just happens to be able to heal people from death row kind of situation, amongst everything else that he writes, which are normally terrifying. So this is quite interesting. So I don't know if this is a softer side or if with Stephen King it probably will be something more sinister. Quite intrigued, not gonna lie. There we have it. Those are the second-hand books that I have bought. Thanks to the credit at Barter Books. Absolutely love that place. If you are ever in the UK, in Northumberland, I would highly recommend you go there as a book lover and a book reader. You will not be disappointed in the slightest at all, ever. Unless you don't like any books at all. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with another video. Bye!